So why do you think Occupy Wall Street is happening, and like how do you feel about it?
I believe it has been happening little by little for many, many years. And now it has reached a climax. It has reached the boiling over of the pot. Finally, people are realizing that I'm not saying there's other people that feel the way I do, and they want to do something about it.
Why do you think they're protesting? Like, what are they trying to get at? What's their point?
The main point in the Occupy movement is anti-corporate interests in our politics. So it feels as if our votes, our voices aren't even heard. It's not about us. It's about who gets the most money. It's about who has the most money. It's like that within media. It's like that within television. It's like that with a whole bunch of other things. It's whoever has the most money has the power. And now, as we can further see, the wealth disparity is like this. There's no more middle class anymore.
How do you think the government is handling it? Do you think they're handling it well, or?
No, they're not. They're not listening to the people. Police officers aren't listening to the people, which is strange because we're fighting for their pensions. They should be joining us. So no, the government's not handling it well at all. This isn't a left or right movement. This is a populist movement. And many people have approached me and said, well, what's your solution to it? And somehow I feel like I don't have that answer, but I am willing to try and find the answer with all of us, to find the ideas that we need, to come up with a compromise.
So why are you fighting for it? Like, why
am I fighting for it?
What's your purpose for it?
My raison d'etre? Because I want to be able to learn. I want to be able to study what I wish to study and not be burdened with soul-crushing debt because of it, debt that I can't pay back. I would gladly pay it back if it was fair, but with tuition costs rising, it's absolutely insane. No, I'm not majoring in underwater basket weaving, as they say, but we do need thinkers in this world. And I'm not standing around asking people for money. I'm willing to work. I've worked jobs, just like anyone else has. But where were we going with that question?
Why you are fighting for it?
Why am I fighting for it? Because I want the world to be a better place for other people. I'm not doing this for myself. I'm not doing this to get fame. I'm not doing this for any other reason. I'm doing this for the students here at this small community college. I'm doing this for students all over the world, for those that aren't able to speak out.
How do you think it's affecting the rest of the world? Because, there's been protests in Australia and Antarctica and over in the Middle East. Like, why do you think they're supporting this?
Because, as I said before, this has been something that's been festering and building. And all it has to take is one person to say something.
But this is America. The Occupy Wall Street is happening here. Why are people all over the world?
Because the banks are all connected. Because all the banks are connected. And if one bank goes down, the rest of us go down with it. While the CEOs get their big bailout money. Yeah. While these big corporations say, we're all American, we're all about the people, but oh, heaven forbid that people want to have a weekend or spend time with their families. If they're not willing to work 70 to 80 hours a week, they're not a trooper, But we're going to take away their benefits. Because if we can't make enough money, we're just going to outsource overseas to countries that are willing to pay slave wages.
Yeah. How do you think this will affect America? Like, what do you think is going to happen to the society?
I think we're seeing the beginning of the end, but with every end there is a new beginning. And that's what we're trying to create. And I've been told throughout my whole entire life many things. I've been told in school, like, you can be anything you want to be. You can do anything that you want. All you have to do is go to college and get a good job. But what's the point now? Because you go to college, you take out 30,000 some debt to be an overeducated waitress. And now people are saying, well, you just don't want to get your hands dirty. And it's like, what do you mean I'm not willing to get my hands dirty? I'm cleaning up your steak dinner that you're eating, Mr. Retiree. But by the way, your retirement's probably going to go out the window too. So is your Medicare.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to end in chaos?
It's starting to, but here in North Dakota, I want to set an example. On the 5th of November, about 600,000 people left their big banks. Some of them actually got arrested. They're customers of that bank, and they were locked in, and police called them.
Here?
Not
Or
here,
like just
everywhere else. But here in North Dakota, several people I know that they prefer credit unions or our Bank of North Dakota.
how is it impacting North Dakota?
How is it impacting
Yeah,
North
I mean, we
Dakota?
have low unemployment rates. You know, people are coming here for jobs, and yet,
The people within the Occupy Bismarck Mandan movement, some are full-time students, some are working 2 or 3 jobs, some are unable to find work. I have been told that North Dakota is the Mexico of the North. We are paid minimum wage, but you know that's not enough to actually have your own apartment. Yes, we do have a low unemployment rate, but that's because if you either can work in the oil fields or you can work at Walmart or at a job. And those are blue-collar jobs. And there's nothing wrong with blue-collar jobs. I think we need those because they're a big backbone to our society. However, someone who wants to pursue further, those type of jobs aren't here, and that is what's making the youth want to leave as soon as
Okay.
they can.
and then when they leave, there's nothing out there.
Nothing out there to even find. No.
Yeah. Do you think the Occupy Bismarck Mandan movement is moving along well, or
It is, actually. We are going to be having little events. Many people have asked, well, what are we going to do when it starts getting cold, when it's going to be winter time? And I said, well, on the first big snow, I want us to get a permit on the Capitol grounds and do something festive. All of us are going to bring our children, bring our families, whatever, and we're going to build snowmen. And those snowmen are going to be holding signs in our place because we've had a presence there all the time. So I would just think it would be funny. People will think, oh, they turned into snowmen. Then also we're going to be having gatherings and get-togethers, meetings, all sorts of nonviolent, impactful efforts that will definitely make a huge difference.
Cool. Is there anything else you want to say?
I want to say to the students at BSC to get off your Xbox and stop eating your McDonald's because that is the new Roman bread and circus. You don't think it's going to happen to you now, but it's going to by the time you graduate and your tuition bill comes. Because yeah, you'll have the 6-month grace period, but in that 6 months you probably won't find your job, your dream job. You'll probably be working entry level in the mailroom and doing a PowerPoint presentation that no one will notice. But that's what you went to school for. And you're going to have to decide whether or not you want to eat healthy food or pay back your student loan.